I wanted to read this story to you, and I want to bring it here because something tells me something is not right. I get these feelings, and this is one of those feelings. So I want to bring this story to you, and I want to tell you what I think about it after I'm done. I'm going to share it with you so that you see it in the actual screen, so you see it verbatim. All right. I want to bring it to you exactly the way that it's written, and then I want to give you my commentary or my perspective on it after we're done. But as you can see here, the story is coming from the Washington Examiner. Now, it doesn't mean that they are, good or bad. What it means is this is where the story is coming from this morning, and I'm sure that since this is of the magnitude that it is, you'll be able to find it elsewhere. But I'm going to tell you where my spidey senses, as it were, pick up. The story reads that 4 U.S. Marines were killed in a NATO exercise crash in Norway. 4 U.S. Marines died after their aircraft crashed during a NATO cold response training exercise in Norway, the Norwegian Armed Forces announced on Saturday morning. The identities of the dead Marines who crashed on Friday after navigating rough terrain in poor weather conditions will not be released for at least 24 hours, and the cause of the crash is under investigation, officials said. Quote, "The search and rescue operation found what was an accident site. It has now sadly been confirmed that the crew on board the American aircraft died in the accident. My thoughts go to the crew's family, friends, and colleagues." This is General Eric Christopherson. Now he continues down here with, "I would like to thank everyone who have been involved in the search and rescue operation. We have no one to lose," closed quote. While the story picks up here with while the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force acknowledged the wreckage of the crash was located, it is said the 4 Marines are listed, quote, "in duty status, whereabouts unknown," close quote. Though the nature of military service is inherently dangerous, the safety of our Marines, sailors, allies, and partners is our top priority, IIMEF said. The quote continues with, "Our hearts and families go out. Our hearts," let me redo that because I'm misquoting them. "Our hearts go out to the families affected by these events," closed quote. Now, the Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre gave his condolences to the families of the soldiers in a tweet Saturday morning at 2:48 a.m. March 19th, which was early morning for us. Jonas Gahr says, quote, in this tweet, you can see it right there. Make sure you can see it right there. Yeah, you can see it right there. All right. It is with great sadness we have received the message that 4 soldiers died in a plane crash last night. The soldiers participated in the NATO exercise Cold Response. Our deepest sympathies go to the soldiers' families, relatives, and fellow soldiers in their unit. I'm getting to what bugs me in a minute. Just be patient with me, and then you'll know why I had to bring it here and not anywhere else, because I can't. Okay. It says the 4 service members were assigned to the Marine Aircraft Wing headed for Bodo, a municipality on a peninsula in the Norwegian Sea that is known to have strong winds, per the Norwegian officials' statement. The aircraft went missing Friday, and authorities conducted a search and rescue amid poor weather conditions. There were no others aboard. There were no other people aboard the aircraft. Then it goes on to give you this, and I'm going to do that just for context, okay? So NATO conducts cold weather exercises on a biannual basis in which its forces test their ability to contend with cold conditions on land, in air, and at sea. Exercises began early this month and are slated to continue through April. Over 30,000 troops from 27 NATO countries will participate, according to NATO. The cold weather exercises will continue, but NATO will take precautions in light of the poor weather conditions, officials said. B-22s. Now, I haven't seen V-22 anywhere in the story. Nowhere in the story, but it's injected here at the end. V-22s, such as the one used in the incident. Is it an incident or an accident? Merge the vertical performance of a helicopter with the speed and range of a fixed-wing aircraft, close quote. This is according to Boeing, which manufactures aircraft. So let me come over here and tell you what I think. I smell BS, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm just going to tell you that the injection of talking about the bad weather, of forcing the fact that they're telling us these people have passed away. Hey, sisters, I got Sister Sledge in the house. Betty R., Maureen Olson, and me. We are family. Sister Sledge in the house. That's us. So, some don't sound right, ladies. Something just don't sound right. And I'm going to say it, but you know what? It took me an hour. I was trying for an hour. Let me show you something else that I did. I had even put the story together where I would just be able to just give the facts of what they were trying to say in the story, right? And then something said, no, just give it the way they gave it. But let me show you something. Here, I had even taken it and gleaned the story and pulled the story together just so that I could get the meat out of the story. And so the way that it was going to be read was 4 U.S. Marines aircraft crash during a NATO cold response training exercise in Norway. The Norwegian Armed Forces announced Saturday morning the identities of the Marines will not be released for at least 24 hours, and the cause of the crash is under investigation, officials said. While the 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force acknowledged the wreckage was located, it is said the 4 Marines are listed in duty status, whereabouts unknown. That's the reason why I did the story. Right, Betty R? That's the reason why because do you see how different what I'm saying is from what they're saying? What they're saying is a lot of fluffy stuff in it. And if it's just the facts and you still have to say that they're listed in duty status, whereabouts unknown, how can you say that they're found and yet you list them in duty status, whereabouts unknown? Something ain't right about this. This was a full moon Friday night was. You got four people, full moon. I'm sorry, but my spidey senses just got to rumbling. I got this story, about an hour ago? About an hour and something ago? This thing ain't nothing to read. Blip, blam, you done. Something ain't right. And I'm not an alarmist at all, but I'm going to tell you something, baby. I've been rocking with this gut for a long time. And this is what I gleaned from the story. This is how I was just going to give it. Because as I kept reading this, over here, I kept saying something ain't right. Why this don't feel right? As I'm reading it, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Bling, bling, all these little light bulbs. Bling, bling. Here, 4 U.S. Marines died after their aircraft crashed during a NATO cold response training exercise in Norway, the Norwegian Armed Forces announced Saturday. I'm not saying that it hasn't been announced anywhere else. Let's see, I've got the U.S. Department of Defense as a tab up here. I could click it and see. I don't even wanna. Then it goes on to say that the identities, and then look what they did. They injected this word. Why would you inject such a heinous word? And I don't care. Everybody said, well, that's because the topic is about that. Yeah, but out of respect, once you say it up here, this is just me and the way that I write. And once I say it up here, I'm not going to say it down here again. Why? Because I love them boys. Our Marines have been treated like garbage over the past several years. They're trying to take those cats out. So I love these dudes. And I'm not going to use that word again right there. I'm just not. But if you're trying to inject it to push something, you'll do that. You'll do that. Yep, you'll do that. You'll stick that word right back in there. Why? Because they're trying to tell you that this is what you need to run with. There's nothing to see here. And I see something. And I'm saying, and that's why I came over here. I can't jack my sister's channel. Okay, but I have to come out of the day. I'll take the L. Okay? All right. Now, this is going to be a separate story that I'm going to release later, not this one, because this one I can't bring over there because everybody knows that something ain't right about this right here. Everybody know. It says the identities of the dead. You want us to believe they're dead. First of all, did this even happen? Second of all, okay, was it an incident or was it an accident? Excuse me. Was it an incident or was it an accident? There's a difference, but you use both words in this story. So you have their identities being withheld for at least 24 hours. Why? My brain, the way my brain works, I'm going to tell you how my brain works. So you can stick up some faces that you put together, AI, stick all the faces together and mesh them together, eyes with a nose and a face, a thick neck, a skinny neck, and put something on them, and then put maybe a couple of, maybe a black woman or a black man, or, make it, real, oh my God. There's some crap going on here, dude, and I'm not about to sit for it. I'm not about to say it doesn't exist, because this is something funky, period. It does stink. You're absolutely right. Okay. The search and rescue operation found what was an accident site. Okay. Now you say it has sadly been confirmed. You found an accident site. Garbage, 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 garbage. Father, let all be revealed. All the tricks and twists and turns, and let it all be revealed. Let it all be revealed. Here's another thing down here. This right here gets me. Listed in duty status, whereabouts unknown? Where they do that at? Where do they do that? Good morning, Maureen. It's very sad news, yes. It's supposedly a training exercise men are finding out it's not, or should I say, I've read. Come on now. Good morning, Maureen. She's loving on you. Man, stinks. Yep. A lot of military have gotten hurt by the Something ain't right about this story, so I'm probably not even gonna keep this up, because you can't have thoughts for yourself. But I've been up since early, and I was putting some things together. I have a class that I have to take, a coaching class. So I'm gonna get off here now and take my course, because it's continuing education course, and it starts in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to get off here, but I just could not. Something stinks. Now here's what I wanted to tell you right quick. Here's what I want to show you, baby. Look at this. This is the story that you will see. It will be a story. The UN votes to establish ties with the Taliban government in Afghanistan. You've probably already seen this. Okay? It says the United Nations Security Council voted to establish ties with the Taliban, which is the governing body in Afghanistan, even though most of the international community have not yet recognized them. Well, you went in and you basically, you strong-armed some cats and killed a few dudes, but you're the government. Okay. The council approved a resolution on Thursday that does not use the word Taliban, and it details. Now, here is why. Let me tell you, let me come back over here with you. Let me tell you what made my spidey senses go off. Because this was the story I was literally recording when I noticed in my left-hand margin over here, the story. I said, yo, wait, what? But this is the one that I was recording, because I was saying, yo, wait, what? All right, so it says the council approved a resolution on Thursday that does not use the word Taliban, and it details a new one-year mandate for the United Nations political mission in Afghanistan, according to the agency France Press. That's the English version, okay? 14 countries voted in favor while Russia abstained. Quote, this new mandate for, get this, UNAMA. What does that stand for? Class A? Class A? I'll tell you. The United Nations mission to Afghanistan. That's what UNAMA means. It is crucial not only to respond to the immediate humanitarian and economic crisis, but also to reach our overreaching goal of peace and stability in Afghanistan. Y'all got a whole bunch of our people still over there. Okay, get this. The Norwegian UN ambassador, Mona Jewel, listen, whose country drafted the resolution, told the AFP after the vote. Norwegian ambassador? Their country drafted the resolution? What just happened over here on the last full moon of winter? Huh. It's just the way my mind goes. It's just, hey. It continues with the council gives a clear message with this new mandate that UNAMA has a crucial role to play in promoting the peace and stability of Afghanistan and the support of Afghan people as they face unprecedented challenges and the uncertainty. Do this over here, United States. Quit digging in this. All of these folks ain't nothing but us. UN is us. NATO is us. All of that stuff is us. And when I say us, I mean the Jews. The Taliban overthrew the Afghan government in the middle of August, at a time when the United States was only weeks away from departing for the first time in 20 years. The United States, in partnership with a number of other Western countries, launched a non-combatant emergency operation to help the Americans, third country nationals, and Afghans who were believed to be at risk. See, they always inject this stuff. This is why we had to take them out, because they were believed to be at risk under the new regime. Help them flee. They helped roughly 120,000 other folks because they left a whole bunch of us over there. And the UN Security Antonio Gutierrez wrote the council in January saying that it received credible allegations that the Taliban had killed more than 100 associated with the previous government. So why, oh why, pray tell, would you allow them to join the reindeer games? Why would you allow them to join the freaking reindeer games? Why? That don't make no sense. That makes no sense at all. That's not how any of this works. That doesn't make sense. Do you see? You smear so much crap all over the place that it is just a mess. It is just a freaking mess. Boy, oh boy. Whew. Somebody let me loose. Please let me just... Oh boy. You know what I need to do? Not only we're already going to have our event, but I need a conservative black woman's tour. Y'all need to see how many of us it is. Y'all really do. Because when I tell you we can smell some mess, baby, I smell some crap over here. That's what I smell. It's a bunch of crap. Bunch of crap. Yep. So, I don't know what they're trying to set up. Yes, I do. I already said it the other day. It's a chessboard. And you know there's one super bad chick on that chessboard. Where you going, Betty R? Betty R leaving? Where's my girl? You can't go nowhere yet, unless you got to. Okay? The writer of the story does have to be asleep. Hey, Tracy. Yeah, I'm over there, girl. I'm over there, but I don't know how many rumblers I have. You guys want to try 1 week? If I get some good support over there, I'll hang out. But I've noticed that the Rumble, when I stick something up there, it just doesn't do so good. The same thing with what is that other thing I'm on? Odyssey. It doesn't do so good. I'm like, does anybody come over here? Now, BitChute, it's okay. My stuff that's ported immediately over, Bettina had everything ported immediately over to BitChute from Headlines with a Voice. So it automatically goes over there. Whether I make a mistake or not, like I did last night and put all of them 3 stories up and then took them down and put the good one up. And the only one they posted was the bad one. That was so funny. In the middle of recording, the recording just stopped. And it was like, boom. I said, oh, yikes. And I pulled it down. Then I put up a new fresh one. And I was like, I ain't no quitter in the comments. So if you go over there and see it. I was like, I ain't no quitter. I'm going to keep going. But anyway, yeah, I may stick it over there if I can get a bunch of, if I can get us off of here. Man, oh man, of Shevitz. Man, oh man, of Shevitz. I would hang out. Okay, you here? Good, sis. You know I need you. Can't be running, Betty. So you guys, it just stinks. So now they are a part of it. They are part of the whole NATO thing. Let me see in my search history, because I had another story that was that clicked you to go to this one. Let me see let me just do all my history. So I can show you, because that was like, are you kidding? Here it is right here. This is it. And this was from yesterday at 8:13. So the United Nations lets the Taliban get their foot in the door. The United Nations is a mess, the story says. I think this must be an op-ed. It's a commentary. Yep, commentary. So the United Nations is a mess, but it is predictable. So when the Taliban conquered Afghanistan and plunged the country into starvation in the process, it was apparent that the United Nations would eventually recognize the Taliban as the official government of the country. That process has now begun. The United Nations Council voted to establish ties with the Taliban while extending the mandate of the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, according to the UN's news website. The UNAMA extension calls on the Afghan political actors, this is in a quote, Afghan political actors and stakeholders to coordinate with the mission, adding that the UNAMA will, quote, engage with all Afghan actors, including the Taliban, closed quote. But I thought y'all didn't like those people who rock terrorism. What's good? You lying sacks of human flesh. What is really going on? Hey, Leaf Desi. I know, and I can't take it. I know it did, Leaf Desi. It's just like, yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay, so I thought y'all didn't kick it with bad dudes. That's because this is putting all of the pieces on the chessboard, moving them strategically, making everybody that's observing from the gallows and inside of the audience believe that Bobby B is going to beat the AI that's moving the pieces of the chess pieces on the board. Bobby B is going to beat it. No, he's not going to beat it, but he's got a chance. Bobby can win. Bobby can win. But everybody is watching the chess game, watching the board move, watching the rook, and watching everything. Meanwhile, the queen is stealthily moving to the right and moving to the left. She can dance all over the place. Yes, she can, and she does. And when she finished, so is everybody else. This is a hot mess, and I can see it. The Taliban have been pushing to be recognized by the United Nations since they took over. You cannot make this clown college crap up. Since they took over the country and began executing members of the previous Afghan government, well, that's people that you definitely want to have in. Come on in here, join us, everybody. What's the problem? Come on. Well, you guys, I gotta go. Like I told you, I'm taking some CEs, some continuing education for my, this is crap. I gotta take it off the screen. I can't read no more. For my coaching, so I got to get off. But yeah, sheesh, shoo. They sure know how to stink up the place, don't they? Whew. Do you smell that? I do. This is garbage. Anyway, keep your eyes open, ladies. Keep your eyes open, people who are watching in the after or replay. Keep your eyes open. Yes, there you go, Tracy. They all need to go away. Oh, can you imagine the peace that the world would have, the sound of peace that the world would have if they just went away? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? It would be like this hum that we're hearing now that we don't recognize would just stop, and we could literally then hear the birds. The hum that we're hearing right now that we don't recognize would cease, and we could literally hear the wind blow softly. We could literally hear everything that y'all created for us. When the noise that they are creating ceases, we could then hear Yah beautifully. The peace that we would have, the peace that we will have. Oh, as we watch this thing unfold, sisters and brothers, just hold on and know Whoo, he got us. Because when our eyes have now been opened to see everything that we see, oh, what a beautiful thing it is to know that he said, when you see all these things happen, fear not, for your redemption draweth nigh. All these things must happen. Ah, Whoo, I get chills just thinking of him. We just know. We just know. We just know. It's a beautiful thing. Whew. I'm going to start calling this the women's lounge because this is where we be hanging out. There's going to be some really shook people when they finally find out we are by actual, yes. Oh, yeah, we do got to get over there and talk because you know what? I got some stuff on that. I sure do. When people finally find out we are, that's right, run by them. Yes, that's right. I knew what you meant, but we are. Okay. Girl, yeah, let me get off this thing before I get myself in trouble. I done paid for this class. All right, y'all. Hey, y'all know what we say on the Felicia Lockhart Group Publications, and that is that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High. And he say, look up, because your redemption draw nigh. You guys, take care of yourselves. And then I want you to reach around, like Grandmama and them used to say, not reach around, retch around. And I want you to take care of somebody else. After you retch around and take care of you, take care of somebody else. And until we see each other again, you guys please continue to be blessed. Black perspective.